Hey there, my name is Nikki. We are here with Andrea and Kellen today. We are going to do a post-ski snowboard recovery class. So what I want to focus on in this class particularly is not the idea that we're progressing stretches, we're progressing postures, but really the idea that we are bringing elasticity back into the muscle, into the body, into your practice. So we're going to do a quick 20-minute video and get you on your way. So I'd like to start on our knees. If we could just bring our hands forward, curl our toes under. So bring your hands back a little bit closer to your knees. So what I'm trying to do in this position is bear a little bit more weight back into the hips, into the pelvis. With the toes curled under, you're going to start to feel the bottoms of your feet stretch out. So stay in this position for a few breaths. And what I want to focus on this pose is the fact that when you're in your ski and your snowboard boot, there isn't a lot of mobility in the ankle joint or in the foot. So your foot tends to tense up sometimes. Give it just another breath or two, trying to distract you here from the bottom of your feet chatting. Yeah. And then pull the weight all back into your hands, untuck your toes, and just pitter-patter your feet for a moment. Good. And then one more round. We're going to curl our toes under. We're going to start to walk the hands closer to the knees. And Kellen will stay in this position here. Andrea will start to bring her hands to her thighs and come upright with her chest. So the idea here that is the more weight comes back as we stack the weight directly over the ankle, the more intensive a stretch becomes for your feet. Keep breathing. 3. Good. 2. Good. Come on to the hands, untuck the toes, pitter-patter the feet. Ooh, nice work. And then all we're going to do for this next one is we're going to put all the weight back into our feet, untuck your toes. Put your hands either beside your knees or your hips and simply lift your knees up off the ground to stretch the front of your shins. So a little bit of belly activation here and a big stretch through the front of your shins. Breathe 3. Good. Breathe 2. See if the knees will lift an inch higher. And slowly come off tabletop position. Walk the hands back out. Ooh. So you're going to bring the body a little bit more forward on the mat in tabletop position. Walk the hands up, walk the knees up. Good. And then I want you to just extend your right foot all the way back, ball of the foot on the ground, stretch the leg straight. Good. So you can keep the toes untucked on the left side or tuck them, completely up to you. And what I want you to do is inhale, shift the weight into the wrists a little bit, find the tippy toes. And on the exhale, as you shift back, you're going to feel the calf stretch pretty big. Good. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, weight back into the heel, stretch the calf. Good. One more time. Inhale, shifting. Exhale, take it back. And then pause for a moment back there. So the belly stays lifting. The core is activated here. And engage the right quadricep so that the right calf really gets the full extension. And then slowly drop your right knee. Maybe sway the hips out a little bit. Ooh. And opposite side, extend the left leg back. Ball of the foot on the ground. Straighten the left leg. Good. So when you're ready, inhale, shift into the wrist, and then exhale back into, good. Couple more, bring the ball of the foot down towards the mat, and then back all the way down. There it is, stretch the calf, feel that? Yeah, couple more. So just a little hello to the wrist, and then a way big stretch into the calf. One more, inhale, shift, and then exhale, stay. So stay back for a moment. Good. Engage the belly. Good. Call upon the left quadricep all the way back through the left calf. One more breath. And easy does it as the left knee drops down. Maybe sway the hips a little left, a little right. Good. And when you're ready, curl the toes up and back, downward facing dog. So settle into this first one, right? We talk a lot about swaying the hips left to right. The tension releases from the neck, from your jaw. Good. And then I want you to bend both knees quite a bit. And I want you to send the sit bones up and back. Yes. So like a ski slope, right? The spine becomes more into this A shape that we're looking for in downward facing dog. And then keep the height of the hips, work to straighten maybe one leg at a time or maybe both into a full downward facing dog. So Kellen's gonna keep shifting one leg at a time. Andrea's gonna go in a full downward facing dog because she has a little bit more flexibility in her hamstrings. Good. But inhale, let's shift into plank pose. Exhale all the way down to your belly. So take your hands down by your side. Arms are straight, palms face in. And what I'd like you to do is start to roll your shoulders back, lift the upper body just a bit. So just turning on, right, a little bit of the back side of the body, which was probably called upon quite a bit yesterday when you guys were on the mountain. Just giving it a good old stretch out, a little wake up, breath in. Exhale, come back down, hands at your chest, curl your toes, plank, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So give yourself a moment, ground down through the hands, start to feel all the space in the side waist. Good. Take an inhale, look up to the hands, please, and on the exhale, step or float toes to wrists. Good. Halfway lift, we extend the heart forward. Exhale, we bow the body in. Inhale, stand up, stretch it all the way up. And exhale, pull it to your hearts. Good. So we're going to shift to a little bit of standing work on the block. So we'll bring the block onto the mat. And you'll step your left foot on the block so that your right foot kind of hangs in space for a moment. Okay, so again, working a little bit of space, opening up the bottom side of the foot. I just want you to curl your toes and then inhale, stretch your foot. And then exhale, curl your toes, keep your belly lifted, and then inhale, stretch your foot. One more time. And inhale, good. And then pause on the inhale, and you're just going to shift left to right with the ankle. Right? So you're just going to feel a little left to right shift. A little outer inner ankle goodness. Good. And then when you're ready, the last couple breaths here are just going to be to roll the ankle out. So the gaze is on one spot, probably on the horizon out in front of you. So you stay nice and tall. Keep breathing. One more. Good. And we're going to shift off of the right foot, so off the left foot onto the right foot. Pick up the left knee for me. And then let's just open up the hip a little bit. Yeah. So bend the right knee slightly. Bring your hands to your heart, or you can set your hands on your thigh. Just breathe for a moment. Chest up, gaze up. And then come on up and shake it out. Other side. All right. So step onto the block with the right foot here. And go ahead and let the left foot kind of dangle in space for a moment. Good. So fix your gaze. Good. Curl the toes up. Yes. And then inhale, stretch them out. And then exhale, curl the toes up. Good. And keep moving, just a few more breaths here. So really working all the separate tendons, the ankle joint itself. Good. And then when you're ready, stay on an extended foot and then shift the foot left to right. So you feel your inner ankle, outer ankle kind of stretch out, turn on there. And then when you're ready, last couple breaths into the circles, one way. Good. Keep lifting your belly. Keep your spine nice and tall. Exhale the other direction. And when you're ready, come off of the block. Stamp the left foot down. Pick the right foot up straight away and give it a good old stretch out. So the option can be hands to heart, right? Or Andrea's going to put her hands on her right shin bone there, just kind of supporting her body weight. Take a breath in. Easy does it. Stand up. Shake it out. Nice work. So the block comes off of your mat. Okay. So we're going to take a sun salutation of vinyasa to get us to the ground. Step more towards the top of your mat. When you're ready, please inhale the arms, stretch up. And exhale, forward fold. Easy does it. Halfway lift on the inhale. And just step back to plank on the exhale. Pause in plank for a moment. Belly fire, shoulders fire. Shift forward on the inhale, all the way down to your belly. Exhale. Cobra on the inhale. Wrap the shoulders, lift up. And then exhale. Curl the toes. Plank inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. So since this is a shorter video today, you're not going to see a lot of that sun salutation work. We do have separate videos if you want to go back and check out a sun salutation video. We're going to take one more breath here, releasing the head, the neck. So the tension releases there from the traps. And then look about halfway up on your mat. Take an inhale, step or flow, cross your ankles, bend your knees, find your bum. Nice work. So we're going to grab the strap. If you don't have a strap, you can work with a small towel, with a t-shirt, whatever you got. Take the strap and come onto our backs. Okay. So what I want you to work is the left foot stamped down, knee bent, and you're going to hug at your right knee and you're going to strap across the ball of your right foot. So what I want you to do for just a few moments is keep the knee fairly close to the chest and just work to lift the foot higher without worrying too much about the leg straightening. Right? So just for a moment, we're going to work the foot back towards the body a little bit more than normal. Take a breath in. And then you're going to exhale if and when you're ready to start to extend the leg high. So what I want you to think about here, we're here for a couple breaths. You want to think about releasing anything from your neck and your jaw right here. Right? And with the leg closer to the body, it calls upon the shoulders and the upper body a little bit less. So it's nice that you can kind of release the shoulder blades down, working a little bit of space through the back of the right leg. One more breath in. And then Kellen's going to stay with his left leg bent, but if you wanted to take just the last couple breaths in a little bit more of an Annie up position, you're going to extend the left leg out, heel down. Right? So Andrea can work the right leg a little straighter because she has a lot of space opened up in the hamstrings. But the shoulder blades are nice and heavy, the face is relaxed. Take one more breath in. And then Andrea, stamp your left foot back down. Everybody bend your right knee. Unhook the strap for a moment, and then simply hug your knees into your chest. Take a little rock left and right. So again, today, focusing on bringing a little bit more of that elasticity back into the muscle, less about finding a super deep stretch in these hamstrings. One more side. You're going to stamp your right foot down. Find the ball of your left foot. Okay, so keep the knee fairly close to the chest, head drops back down, breath in. And then when you're ready, start to extend the leg, the heel high. Okay. And take just a moment to explore. So he came really far into that stretch and then realized that wasn't maybe serving him as much, so he bent his knee a little bit more. So I want you to make this pose, this stretch work especially for your body. Breathe here. You can even close your eyes. And then Kellen's going to keep his right leg bent. Andrea's going to start to extend her right leg out. And of course, that makes the stretch a little bit more intense. So again, paying attention to that variation if it's going to work for you today. Breathe here. Just one more inhale through your heel. And exhale. And rebend your right knee. Good. Hug both knees in. Unhook the strap. Take a little rock left to right. Okay. So when you're ready, we are going to take a 4-point pose. We're going to thread the needle. So the right foot's going to come up and over the left top of your thigh. Right? You're going to hug your knee out to the side. There we go. Good. So what I want you to think about, go ahead and stamp your left foot down for a moment. Okay? So I want you to let go of your legs for a moment. Take your hands wherever it feels comfortable. And what I want you to do is draw your belly back towards your spine. So we call upon the strength of the core a little bit here. And then really a little bit of energy gets sent out to the outer right knee. Okay. Good. Keep breathing. Good. And then Kellen's going to stay in this position. If you have a little bit of tightness in the hips, this will feel like enough. He can even use his right hand a little bit to take the right knee away from him. Andrea is going to thread her hands to grab the left shin. Yeah. And we're going to breathe here in this position. So a couple things are happening. The belly stays nice and firm. The core supports us. And Andrea's hands are going to bring her left leg in a little closer, but she's going to keep sending that energy to that right outer hip. Perfect. And the right foot in both variations stays nice and active to support the ligaments of your right knee. Take a breath in. And then exhale, easy does it. You're going to release and we're going to switch sides. Stamp your right foot down for a moment. Take your left leg up and over. So pause for a moment, call upon the core, the energy of the left knee, right? The activity of the left ankle joint. Your face is soft. Breathe in. You can stay there. You can choose to use your left hand to guide the left knee further, or you can lift your right leg up. And couple breaths here, right? So you notice in this variation that the closer her right knee gets to her and the further away the left knee gets from the left side of the rib cage, the more intense this posture becomes as far as the stretch. So take another breath in wherever you're at. Breathe, breathe. And then slowly unhook. Good. Draw both knees into your chest, sway a little left and a little right. Good. So we're going to take one twist to finish off the practice today, and then we're going to finish up together in a yummy shavasana. It opens up across the front body. So what I'd like you to do is goalpost your hands like a cactus so that the back of your hands are on the ground. You're going to hug your knees into your chest, use your belly. Take an inhale, fill up. And on the exhale, you're going to drop your legs about halfway down to the left. And you're going to come back to center. You're going to drop them off to the right. And just move. Easy does it. Middle and left. Good. Middle and right. One more time. You're going to come to the middle. And this time you're going to drop them all the way over to the left. Okay. So you can stay in this position. The right shoulder blade might pop up off the mat. No big deal. Sometimes taking the gaze to the right helps. Sometimes being patient helps. To intensify the posture, Andrea is going to take her knees just a little bit closer to her, and her left hand's going to come to the top of the right knee. And it's just going to help take a little bit more weight to the left side of the posture to intensify the stretch. Breathe, 3. Good. Soften your jaw, 2. Use your belly, bring the knees back to center, and then drop them off to the right. And then gaze off to the left. So again, 2 different variations depending on how tight the back is, how tight maybe the shoulders are. Some of us, the hands will come all the way to the mat. Sometimes they might float up. Take a breath, see if you can soften something. And use your belly to come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Start to rock yourself forwards and backwards until we come to a seated position. So what we're going to do, a lot of the time when you are on the mountain, when you are skiing or snowboarding, the tendency is to come forward a bit with the shoulders, causing kind of the roundedness of the upper back. So just to counter maybe some of that happened yesterday, you're going to use your blanket. You're going to roll it up. You're going to keep your pelvis on the floor, and you're just going to take the blanket so that it's right behind your sacrum. And we're going to lay all the way back to finish the practice. Go ahead and unbind your feet, put them on the mat. Yeah. So any position with the legs here that you feel comfortable with, please do. Good. So for some of us, the spine is short enough that it'll take the whole length of the blanket. If you're finding that your head is off the edge of the blanket, you can take a block or a small pillow and let that catch the backside of your skull. Okay. So for just a moment here, the eyes close down. The back of the shoulders, which maybe did a bit of work yesterday, gets a chance to relax. The front of the body gets a chance to open. Okay. And just breathe for a few moments. Let the bottom teeth separate from the top. Maybe the tongue falls from the roof of your mouth. I'm really focusing on the shoulders, allowing the body to melt around the blanket to open up the front side. 4, 3. Okay, 2. And you You can always stay longer if you want. You can take a more traditional Shavasana if you choose. We're going to flutter our eyes open. We're going to easy does it off to the right. And guide yourself up to a seat. Good. So thank you for playing and practicing with us today. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Kellen. Check out all our other videos. Have a great day. Namaste.